Let me ask you about refugees. The President Obama said this morning that refugees, quote, who end up in the United States are the most vetted, scrutinized, thoroughly investigated individuals that ever arrive on American shores. There was a lot of talk about refugees this week, but are they the real problem here in terms of who's coming into the United States?
Well, there are two problems. The foreign fighter, we've had 5,000 with Europeans with Western passports going to visa waiver countries, and we need to deal with that issue. We have hundreds of Americans who have traveled and come back. Each of these could be ticking time bombs. And then we have radicalization over the internet, as you and I have talked about. And then lastly, we have the Syrian refugee crisis. I take ISIS at its word when it says we want to exploit the refugee program to infiltrate the West. We know one or possibly two of these attackers in Paris actually came through the refugee program. And so that's why in Congress we said, let's put a break on this until we have assurances and have confidence we can properly vet and do background checks, because our top national security officials, whether it be the FBI director or Secretary of Homeland Security, both privately and publicly in testimony before my committee, expressed their concerns and warnings about this program. So I took that seriously, and we introduced this legislation to put a hold on it until we have assurances that we can properly vet, do background checks, and then have them certify so they're responsible and accountable that there's no terrorists coming into the country.
Mr. Chairman, we just have about 15 seconds left. There's been talk about monitoring mosques. What's your feeling about that?
Well, it goes back to my old federal prosecutor days. It's a very sensitive endeavor. You have to get approvals at the highest level. I think we have to be involved in the Muslim community with outreach programs to identify the signs of radicalization so we can stop them, just like the Boston bomber who got kicked out of his mosque for being too radical. We didn't know about that, and it would have been nice to have known.
All right, Chairman McCaul, thanks so much.